Hi, everyone. Henry DeVries from Wealth Authority TV. This is the TV program where we help financial advisors, wealth managers, insurance agents, the people who are helping other people be healthy and wealthy and wise. And I have a very wise person with us today, author Scott Cantrell. Scott, how are you doing today?
I'm great, Henry. Glad to be here.
Tell us about your book. Tell us about your work that you do.
Sure. Well, the new book is Accelerating Growth Now, and it's sort of a culmination of the last 15 years that I've spent working inside the insurance and financial advisory spaces, working with agents and advisors at all different levels to help them grow more effectively and efficiently. At the end of the day, anytime I'm having a conversation with anybody from any industry, but specifically the advising space, I always ask, what's the number one challenge? And invariably, they'll say something like, I just wish I could be in front of enough good quality prospects or be in front of more quality prospects. And so, after 15 years of working with advisors across the country, I don't want to say I've cracked the code because there's lots of answers to how to do that well, but I have developed a system that seems to be pretty effective in terms of helping advisors have more of those meaningful conversations. And Accelerating Growth Now, the book is the systematic way on how I've worked with advisors to do exactly that.
What I liked about the book was it was systematic. It was clear. It was clear, a lot of clarity. It was clear on what to do next. It's not overwhelming,
Yeah.
but a lot of it is, being steady wins the race. So, bravo on that book.
Thank you.
The opinion question I wanted to ask you, Scott, was what can the financial industry do to improve the image of these advisors that are out there?
Yeah, this is something we're seeing across industries, but it's even more apparent in the space where people help other people. So in the consulting and advising space, it's this commoditization of the market, right? So many services and products over time, the natural gravitational pull is toward commoditization, where one thing is just like another. And with AI, it's becoming even more difficult to differentiate and decommoditize even a professional service or professional advising practice. And so uh, I think from all the conversations I've had with advisors and being on the other side of it, right? I have my own insurance advisors I work with, my own financial advisor that I work with. And before Holly, my wife, and I decided on an advisor, we had a half dozen conversations with professionals, good people who were experts in their field, but we left with more questions than answers, and everybody sounded the same. And it wasn't until we talked to our current advisor who would become our advisor now, that it was a different conversation. And it wasn't that they promised to do any services that someone else didn't promise to do. It wasn't that they said they had a degree from some school that we were impressed with. It was because they approached us with a different conversation. And when I work with advisors, I like to say it's hard to differentiate between products and even personality. Maybe you can do a little bit with personality, but there's only so much smiling you can do. But it's very difficult to differentiate your products, your programs, your personality. Platitudes won't get you there. Where you have to differentiate is with your process. It's how you approach the prospect or the client that you're trying to win. It's the nature of the conversation that you have. If you have the same conversation everyone else is having, you're going to fall into the commodity trap. If you can find an interesting, compelling, and effective way to have a better conversation, you're going to win more attention, but more importantly, you're going to impress upon that prospect that you're not the same as everybody else, and you'll be able to differentiate yourself in a meaningful way.
Yeah, I find the ones that lead with education and lead with a um, we may not be the right firm for you
Exactly.
approach to the process. And okay, if we have some candid conversations, and it's not a one-stop close. There's several
Correct.
meetings that build trust. uh, yeah, that really stands out. Well, great wisdom there.
Yeah.
Scott, anything more to add before we bid adieu?
The thing I would mention, just kind of touching on this idea of conversations and making the conversations as compelling as possible. Think about how you can create an experience for the prospects that you are
Mm.
trying to get in front of and the clients that you want to win. And experience really comes down to three things. It comes down to the clarity of what you're saying. You talked about education, Henry, and that's exactly right. How can you provide clarity around the knowledge that you have and that you want to bring to them? And how can you identify and bring clarity to the beliefs that they have? If it's a financial advisor, beliefs that the prospect has around money, or the clarity around your philosophy of money. So clarity is number one. Number two is confidence. How can you instill in the prospect that you are who you say you are? You can do what you say you can do. You have the credibility behind you to perform and to help the prospect achieve those goals. And the third piece is control. If you can help a prospect understand how you're going to empower them with a new capability or a new capacity for controlling something that they perceive they didn't have control of previously, if you can empower them with control, you're going to be their guy. You're going to be their gal as far as becoming their advisor, their consultant, their trusted person that they go to. So clarity, confidence, and control can really help you frame a compelling conversation.
For more wisdom from Scott Cantrell, tune into the full episode on Wealth Authority TV. Until next time, keep those clients healthy, wealthy, and wise. And we're out.
Cool.